To be given the title of Community Club of the Month is brilliant. For the RAF to be nominated and to win is brilliant, and I think there's a lot of hard work that goes on behind the scenes that people probably don't know about with RAF Rugby and Services Rugby.
So the RAF Rugby Union was formed back in January 1919, and one of the key figures there was the English international W.W. Wakefield, who I certainly refer to as the godfather of RAF Rugby, and had a lot of dealings with those at very early stages, getting an RAF side together to compete in the King's Cup, which is otherwise known as the very first World Cup. From then, we've kind of developed and it's broken down into a number of areas, really. So we've got, sort of age grade. We've had historically an under 18s, a Colt side, under 21s, under 23s. We've had as I called it, the Hawks, also now known as the Academy. We've got the men's senior 15 as well as the women's senior 15. And then obviously that's all underpinned by development, and also the sevens as well play a big part in that. So that's, if you like, a very broad brush outline of RAF Rugby.
The Spitfires came about in 2007. We didn't have a sevens team before that. So myself and a colleague set it up, and then he was posted abroad, so everything sort of came to me as the new director and the head coach. Our main outreach program is out in India, so this came about in 2009. We were invited out by the Foreign and Commonwealth Office to do an outreach program in India, working with a charity called Khelo Rugby, who also we sponsor and help out. And it was just such an amazing experience for everyone involved. If you can imagine taking young officers and young airmen out to a challenging environment where children are coming out of some really difficult situations. That program has grown and grown over the years. We have a fantastic relationship with Khelo Rugby. We go back roughly every other year. We were back there in March of last year, March 2020. It's really rewarding to be involved in that, and I must take my hat up to Canterbury. They support us with the kits, not only for us and the clothes that we wear, but they give us kit to give to the kids as well. And it's, I guess it's like all their Christmases coming at once when they get a brand new Canterbury shirt.
There have been 28 players who have either during, before or after their service with the Royal Air Force have represented the Lions in some way or form. The first one that we believe is Louis Gregg, who was Lion 103, went on the 1903 tour to South Africa, going all the way fast forward to the last representative, Rory Underwood, Lion 610, who went both in 1989 and 93 on the Lions tours there. The more research we did, we were actually surprised how many Lions had, as I said, been either before, during or after their service with the Royal Air Force, had been linked with the Lions. And absolutely, I mean, it's probably, certainly in the Northern Hemisphere, the pinnacle of any rugby, to be selected for the Lions, to go on those magical tours, the legendary tours, the 74 tour, I mean, where does the list stop? But I mean, it's one of those ones where you can say that, the Royal Air Force has had British Lions, British and Irish Lions, so absolutely, very proud.
It's fantastic when you go and touch me, I have a chat, and you told me that they'd won the award for community and contribution to the wider world of rugby, and not just what is perceived as the elite. It's fantastic to see. And when you hear about Tim and what the Spitfires do, and all the parts of the game of the Air Force and their outreach to where they're trying to go, both from a charity as well as just as spreading the word of rugby, it's fantastic to see, and I know it's been going on a long time, and it's just fantastic they've been recognised. So it's brilliant. I love playing with the Air Force. I mean, during the 80s, and I mean, I played 80s into the mid 90s, roughly the same as my rugby career. We're the junior service, we're the smaller service, so I always felt we were always the underdogs. But we had a very mobile pack, and we had some really good backs. My whole experience of being Lions, won one, lost one. That's not too bad, but we'd like to have got 2-0. But there you go. The whole experience, the people I've met, the players, coaching staff, the countries you've visited, it's very much something that when you get selected, you recognise what has gone on before and you know what you're representing. But I must admit, when you get onto the pitch in a test match especially, your mind's rather focused. That's me.